There's always some anticipation when you find a bottle in the Thames mud. It's a bit like when you find a pipe. You wonder, will it be broken? Will it be whole? And I was really delighted when I pulled this one out of the mud and found that it was completely whole. And I really love the uneven nature of it. It's a bit wonky and is not at all symmetrical. It looks almost homemade. You can see the swirls on the glass and you can see some little letters down at the bottom on one side. So I don't know what it was, I don't know what it used to contain, but I'm looking forward to going home and washing it and trying to find out a little bit more about it. So I'm in an area where there's lots of pottery and I've just seen this lid. I think it was a lid, but it's rather beautiful, and on it has Dr. Wright's celebrated pearl ointment, prepared from the original recipe as purchased from A. Hawkes, Esquire, Dudley by Zacchaeus Hunter, London. 2 shillings 9d. That's a little work of art in itself. So I've just seen this in this pool of water, which looks like it could be a button, and I think it is a military button by the looks of it. Yeah, it definitely looks like a military button, but I can't actually read it. Let me have a look and come back. No, it's no good, I can't read it. My eyesight is completely failing me here. It looks very delicate though, it's in quite delicate condition, so I'm going to take a photograph of it and then look it up later when I get home. And here is another vulcanite bottle stopper, and this one has got on it Beasley's Brilliant Beers, the 3 B's, Beasley's Brilliant Beers. I'm going to have to look them up. Beasley's beers are the bee's knees. Okay, so I can see evidence of a pipe here, cosily snug in the mud. Let's see how much of a stem it's got. Here we are. Ah, here she comes. Oh, that's not bad at all. Not bad at all. Just seen this fragment of pottery here. I've seen it before. I can't remember what design it comes from, but I always wondered what this pair were up to. It's a man. It looks like he's spanking the woman's backside. Look. See a woman leaning into a river and a man behind her. Maybe he's about to push her in. I find quite a few of these old lead fishing weights. There's something quite nice about them. Nice and chunky. bullets here. A nest of bullets, there's one. And one right next to it. Not sure what calibre they are. So now I'm going to do a little roundup of the finds mentioned in this video. But firstly, if you have a look out the window, it's snowing again. It's really looking so pretty. So here's a nicely cleaned up version of the bottle which I found in the mud. Really rather crude looking. And I don't know from when that would be. I'm supposing 19th century, maybe late 19th century. There's the bottom. And on the side, just here, there's C and R stamped into it. But it's really such a crude bottle. You can almost see where the glass has been formed. These little waves in it there. Some bubbles and imperfections. I've not seen a bottle like that yet. I really rather like it. It's a little bit lopsided. So if anybody's got an idea of the age, please let me know. So now we get to this beautiful piece of pottery which looks like it was a lid from Dr. Wright's celebrated pearl ointment, prepared from the original recipe as purchased from M. Hawkes Esquire Dudley by Zacchaeus Hunter in London. And so I have done a bit of research on this and again have come up with the old advert for pearl ointment, which says that it's a cure for pretty much everything you could imagine. So I thought you might like to see what pearl ointment proclaims to be a cure for, which, as I said, is pretty much everything. So where should we start? Okay, so for the cure of cancerous, scrofulous and indolent tumours and inveterate ulcers, glandular affections of the neck, erysipelas, scurvy, evil, ringworm, scald head, white swellings, piles, ulcerated sore legs, if of 20 years standing, chilblains, chapped hands, burns, scalds, sore nipples, bruises, grocer's itch, and all cutaneous diseases. Also an infallible remedy for sore, weak and diseased eyes. In several gout and rheumatic cases it has proved highly beneficial. It's also endorsed by the distinguished practitioner Charles Aston Key Esquire, Senior Surgeon of Guy's Hospital London, although I did come across a letter recently as well in one of the journals from the mid-1800s that said that this was all false and it was just part of the campaign of quackery, which I can well believe. And adding on to that very long list of illnesses, there's just another little PS at the bottom here. Persons going abroad will find it invaluable as a very small quantity instantly allays the irritation occasioned by the sting or bite of those insects so troublesome to travellers. So I reckon that everybody who was anybody must have had some pearl ointment. Here we have this button which is quite delicate. It's sort of going to fall apart if I'm not careful, which is from the Welsh Regiment and is probably World War I. And that's a leek in the middle.